let me just one thing. Alrighty. Cool. I could hear myself on there. This cord over here, and there we go. What's up, everybody? So today we have a different view going on today. Cool. I don't know why I still feel like I have to look back that way, but we have what's up, Easy Airbrush? What's up, Stephen Ward? So here we have today's project. And like always, this stencil, this image is, you guys can use it. It's free to use. Down in the description of this video, you will find a link that says image link. That's the link to this stencil right here. So, bienvenido amigos, si están viendo, si quieren usar esta imagen, abajo del video, ahí en la descripción, hay un link para este dibujo y ustedes lo pueden hacer en su casa siguiendo estas instrucciones. So what's up, Ertzad? What's up, Malik? What's up, everybody? How's it going? So, again, I'm just going to take the Iwata Revolution here and work on and do some stuff. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully everybody's doing good. Turn down the pressure a little bit. About right. What up, Justice? Those nice skulls. Nice. So what'd you think of that paper, Airtod? Is it airbrushable? So today I'm going to be using transparent medium gray. We're going to be using some wicked jet black, some wicked opaque white, and then we're going to be using some 4011 reducer. I've used 4012, and to be quite honestly, I don't know, I still kind of think 4012 works a little bit better. I feel like 4011 just it's not that it doesn't break up the paint, it's fine, because it does feel like it still creates a nice smooth flow. I just feel like the 4012 does it faster in the pot, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, the Gorilla one, Dennis, my bad. What's up, James? How's it going? We were all having fun in the Discord, and then here we are. And hopefully this view is okay. See, but now you guys can see when I look up. This is when I'm looking at y'all. I should have put the camera over there, but it was like hard to get this back thing behind me, cause yeah. But as soon as I finish up this Chrysler 300 I'm working on, the priority will be the set in the garage. So I'll make a nice new area for us to stream, as well as all the equipment that comes along with that. Obviously we can take some of this out there, but not all of it. And yeah, and that way we have an area bigger than this, so I won't be so crammed, and we'll have more space for bigger projects. So that 3040 turned to cheese like on me. 3040. Is that the... What is 3040? Is that the balancing clear? So all I'm doing is cleaning out my airbrush real quick. I'm just rinsing it out and making sure it's nice and clean before we get started. So I'm going to start here, some transparent medium gray. Medium gray. And we might cut in and use 2 different airbrushes just for time's sake, but no, you can accomplish this at home by yourself, so without needing 2 different airbrushes, you can do it with 1 just fine. Start by adding in some reducer there, just a little bit, you know, a little squirt. Can I just show you? Can you see? That? Can you see there? It's just a little bit in there. I'm gonna throw some transparent medium gray, because even though it's transparent, it's a little bit thick. This is the airbrush colors from Createx, the original line. And now, see, now I have perspective. So now that I've used, you know, all their lines, I could definitely say the Wicked line's pretty smooth, but out of all their lines, the illustration colors are like, I like it. Just out of the bottle, they come out really good, like really smooth. Like for art like this, I would definitely recommend you get some illustration colors. But the Wicked line works really good, and once you reduce them, I mean, you can find the sweet spot in all the paints. So you just have to kind of get it. But yeah, that one, the 3040. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't opened that bottle of 3040, and they only sent me a little bottle of 3040. But like everything all this stuff was like, yo, use the 4050. So I haven't even touched that 3040, to be honest with you. So all I'm gonna do is mix up some gray, right? And in that reference photo, it has a nice green and like trees and branches in the background. But for today, I'm just gonna go ahead and we're just gonna kind of do some gray, kind of hazing in the back, just to give us a background. You know, if you wanted to go in and do that background yourself, that's totally fine. But for today's exercise, we're gonna focus on the gorilla, so that way this exercise doesn't take us all day, you know. But again, like with all of these exercises, your own personal skill and dedication and time will equal to an even better painting. So yeah, I'm probably going to take an hour on this, but if you wanted to take 2 hours and maybe get in really nice and detailed on everything, that's totally okay. Also, not everybody works at the same speed. I'm obviously kind of fast, so yeah. So let's talk cuts. So you can see, I've cut out the stencil, we cut out the outside, I took out the background, right? But then here, this whole body area, it's just like cut up into different sections, but like it's all one piece. See this? We have it all one piece. It's all the, the different pieces here. So, you never use 3040? No, I've never ever, I don't think I've ever used 3040. Not regularly anyway, not like the 4050, where I could for sure use 4050 on everything and be quite happy. But yeah, I think we're gonna mix another airbrush with black here in a minute. But so you can see, all I did was cut all these out. So all I'm gonna do here is lift up these areas. So like we're gonna start with this area, and we're just gonna hit that kind of in off the edge, nice and hard. Same thing on the other side. So nomás le estoy dando gris con el gris a las orillas estas así, ¿verdad? Igual, como el dibujo es muy oscuro, es muy bueno hacer un gris oscuro, ¿verdad? That's right, we're just lifting up this. So aquí nomás levantando estas partes podemos hacer nuestro dibujo, right? So I'm just going to hit this edge right here. Don't want to go any farther than that, just hit that edge. Same thing over here. So nomás esas orillitas de abajo. And then we can lift up this whole thing here in the middle. If it would let me. There's tape holding it. But we can lift up this whole thing here. So, hit these edges. And all we're looking for is give it a nice base of where everything is, right? So here we're going to pull these flaps. Hit those edges quick. Nothing too heavy. We're just going to hit everything kind of quick. Alright, now this is reversed. So instead of pulling the whole body up, you're just going to pull up the chin. Alright, just like that. And we're going to hit that area. So what this is the actual shape of the gorilla, right? He has the actual shape, but if you look in that picture, he has like a beard, right? So his 40-30. Yeah, that's still the balancing clear. You know, I still haven't used that, so I don't know. I can't speak to anything I don't use. And then here too, we're just gonna lift this area where the ear is, and just hit that real quick, just like that, bam. Right, and it's gonna look funny. It's all lifted up and stuff, but you can try to press it back down as best you can. But all I'm gonna do here is take the Sparmax. I feel like the Sparmax would be a good fit. Gonna flush it all real quick. It's sitting. I leave these sitting with the 4008 Restorer now, and yeah, that stuff's some powerful stuff. The whole bottle went bad. New too. Did it have a hole? Was the lid like tight? I don't know. I know a lot of the Createx products are like, you know, you got to keep it away from the air because that's the whole thing. Is once it dries, it gets stiff. But I don't know. I can't speak to the 4030. I've never used it, bro. Honestly, I don't know. I just never had an interest in any other clears until they sent them over. Then it was just like, oh well, this is just so easy to use. So yeah, it was tight. I don't know, man. That sucks. Somebody's going crazy on the Discord right now. Get that nice and clean. And again, I'm just going to start with some 4011 reducer. Throw some in there a little bit. And then we're going to throw some. Shake that up. Shake it and shake. I've seen that. I've seen that before. I thought I did shake it, but I guess not. That's better. Okay. It didn't come out like full black. It was like a weird black. Makes me nervous. Probably was just regular black, but I just hesitate. I'd rather shake it up and be sure. Yeah, I don't know, man. I literally I've been using all the clears and haven't had a problem. I haven't opened the 4040 bleed checker. Mainly because I don't see myself using that. I've never had a problem with bleeding. Usually once the paint's dry, it's dry, and I could spray it with other stuff and never had a problem. And the 4030 or the balancing clear or whatever, for what I understand is like their old stuff, and the 4050, right? That's the 4050 is the new stuff. So, but get some black flowing through here, and we're just gonna come in and hit that little edge, all the whole thing, right? Bam. If you want to drop this one in. And hit that a little bit. Same thing on the other side. And as we go down these, I think it's only fair to point out that they're probably going to get harder as we go down. So I know that this has all of this stuff. That's kind of on purpose, as we will be using this. So around this part here, all I want to do is hit the outside edge. Right? We don't want to give him a full dark face right away. We just want to hit that outside edge, leave that inside gray. And then we could hit behind the ear again. Cool. And we won't hit those. I think we're good. I just seen a kid walk out, but I don't know where she went. So there you go. We're left with that. We can take the whole thing off, right? Bam. And so here on the face, as you can see, I have cut out for the candies, I think, the bleed checker. Yeah, like, I don't know, like I said, I've used the candies one over the other. I haven't had like that problem, so I don't know. Like once it's dry, it's on there, and then you lay another color, like the other color lays over it just fine. I haven't had it like, to me, bleeding. It's like you know, you could see it like melting. I don't know. Anyway, here I just cut out these lines, right? Like cut out all these inside of the lines here on all of this. The eyes are, you can see, are still intact, but I do have them kind of pre-cut and almost ready to just cut them out, but we'll do those at the very end to try to get it all together. But before we move on from here, we want to take our chin part. You see this chin? And we could probably just like rip that off right there. And we're going to take this, we're going to put it right in its place. Come back in with the black. And we're going to hit this bottom here nice and hard. Right? Simple. Just kind of go around it little by little. But we want to get a hard edge of black. Then we can just take that off. Bam. We can hit inside of our lines using that same black. Notice I'm not doing anything about this edge. I'm just focusing on the lines. Come back in here. Do a little shading right here. Same thing over here. Use your reference to see that the shading is kind of coming down this way. Same thing on this side. Now, if you have a problem with making like little fine lines, right? So I would suggest maybe making this painting bigger. Right. So switching back to the gray. Because the whole thing is, if you make it bigger, it's easier to get some of those little lines in there. So it's kind of the cheat, you know, is if you make it bigger, then you get more detail in there. But, you know, if you make it smaller, it actually means more expertise. So that's a good rule of thumb there. Is that the mother of Tarzan? Oh, jeez. Tarzan was a human, wasn't it? Yikes, my guy. But again, using our reference, we're just going to kind of come in. We're going to start cross hatching or hatching in our hair here. And we're just going to use the gray. Like I've explained before, you know, it's just a moving dot. Right? If you know how to make a dot, all I'm doing is like starting a dot and then moving it over. Just like it started. Hang on, start a dot, move it over. And all I'm doing is really fast, back and forth. Right? That's all I'm doing. Just working that little stippling and hatchling around. Again, using the reference to see where it goes. Right? The areas that are darker, areas that are lighter. see. And so once this is in here, and you've got enough of this little cross hatching in here, right, then you can kind of go ahead and shade it in. And shading it in is not going to cover it. Right? We're not going to cover it completely. We're just lightly hitting it with some, lightly hit it with some gray just to change the color and the tone of that area. Now, going around this way, same kind of procedure. Nice little black spot there. And again, we're just going to kind of work that way all the way around. His fur stops here at his biceps or his chest, right? So we're not gonna do that all over his chest. We're gonna just do that all over the hair here. What's up, Linda? I would sell at the swap meet with a single action with nothing but stencils, and he was kicking my ass. Oh my gosh, dude, that's bad. That's bad, dude. What were you doing wrong, my guy? So again, we're just going to kind of work that whole thing all the way around anywhere where there's fur, right? Just tap it in, just tap it in. The birth mother lasted, what, 2 weeks? The gorilla was his mother. Oh, okay. I guess you're right, I guess you're right. So again, here your own personal skill and time is going to reflect onto the painting. So if you really want to get, each individual strand of hair in there, you could. So does a gorilla have fur or does he have hair? He has hair, right? What is the difference between hair and fur? I don't know. He wouldn't airbrush in front of people, but hitting? What? That is the worst, my guy. Usually that was the whole thing. When I airbrushed at the markets, that was the whole thing, bro. Is people wanted to watch. So people loved watching me because I would always be like dancing and like making a spectacle out of it, and just showing my skill. When I busted a stencil, it was usually real quick, real fast, and then everything else around it was like freehand, And most of the stencil wouldn't even be that. It wouldn't even be that detailed. Oh my god! The breed of animal or creature different follicles. Fur has layers, hair doesn't. Bro, tell that to my head, man. My head has layers of hair. I don't know. Who knows if there was a piece done already? He just making noise to fool you. Oof. Oof. That's rough, my guy. So let me just continue on with the hair. Again, just work your way around. However you feel comfortable. Don't worry so much about the face, because once we get this fur in, it'll make you feel a lot better about the whole painting. I know how it is. Sometimes you're in the middle of a painting, you get a little discouraged, you're looking at it, you're going, what the hell am I doing? Other people walk up and go, what the hell are you doing? Don't you know how to paint? Right, again, so your own personal time and skills can reflect. But for today's, we're just going to kind of do it kind of quick. And then we're going to work in his shading here for his ever so spectacular muscles. This is one mean gorilla I picked, man. He looks vicious. It's like if you're in the jungle, this is the gorilla you wouldn't want to run into. And you don't want to run into a gorilla, period. But this one in particular would be like, I fucked up. Yo, homie, where do I get out of your neighborhood? Not gonna lie, I didn't mean to trespass. Right, so a lot of this is kind of smooth, but you can see his follicles there. But all we're going to do is work in the shading. We're going to come back with black, work in some more shading, and then we'll come back and add some white highlights. What? Dude, nah, no way. You know, here's an interesting story, right? As I work all this in, obviously I kind of already explained, so I'm going to give my friend Easy here a story. So I was airbrushing at the Denver Mile High Flea Market. That's what it's called, the Mile High Swap Meet. Now I think it's called the Mile High Marketplace. And I had already been set up there, and at that point there was two airbrushers. There was me and a guy who still airbrushes there, whose name is Chris. Oh, and I guess there was another Mike at the time, but he was kind of like on and off. He wasn't very reliable to be there, so I don't really count him. But we used to be there all the time. Then one day, some guy showed up, bro, and his name was Randall. And Randall had all these designs, bro, that were like just so bright and vibrant. And like me and Chris, like we had the same designs forever, and we've been out there for a while, so our designs were like dusty, you know, like they were already kind of old. And so he shows up with all these new designs, stenciled out, and just a whole different style. Airbrushing. And bro, I kid you not, people acted like me and Chris hadn't been there airbrushing for like ever. Like we were years. Like it was already like 5 years in. I'm airbrushing at this market, and this guy shows up, and people start acting like, I've never seen that done out here. Nah, this, and oh wow, you know. And it took us a long time to adjust to what Randall was doing, but eventually it came to light, bro, that what he was doing is have these stencils, and was just laying down the stencil, and it's kind of the style that you see now, who is it, the Chino stencils, like where it's just all the lines are like pre-cut. I've seen a lot of dudes do the work like this now, where they put the stencil like this, like it has all these lines pre-cut, but that's their design. Like they just put that, spray the thing, and then they just fill in the colors, and that's, you know, they just add your name and that's it. And you know, obviously he could get them done so fast, and I think that's what most people were impressed with, and what, you know, everybody was actually just gawking about, is because he would get them done so quick. And you know, but then that's what happened, is that he was hiding the fact that he was like stenciling them in. And once that, you know, became pretty obvious, people stopped buying from him, and it did take like 2 or 3 weeks, 4 weeks, for it to kind of be noticed. And then once we put some designs out, you know, that were like his, so what I did is made some designs, like I had my SpongeBob, and then I went and made one of those like this SpongeBob next to it, right? And I had that SpongeBob there, $15, and then I had my nice SpongeBob that was all shaded in and colored in like we airbrushers do it, like, you know, the way we've always done it, and I had that one for $30. And then quickly people would walk up and look at that one and be like, oh, that's like the one that, yeah. And I was like, yeah, it's like we could do those $15 all day, or you could get the nice one for $30. bro, you know, like people stopped buying his stuff because we had it cheaper than him, the same as his, and you know, we also offered the nicer stuff. And that was his thing. It's like, yeah, I can make it nice, but you like, you know, you gotta bring it back or come back next week. I'll have it ready and shit like that. And people caught on so quick. That's my little story of those stencils. So now I'm just gonna come back in with the black, and we're gonna accent what we've done here. If you have a French curve, or if you want to go back, and even if you want to use this one, like that's totally okay too. Like I'm gonna use this edge right here to do this. And same thing on the other side. I'm just gonna use that edge there. Come back in with a little freehand. Yeah, that was so, you know, yeah, that guy might be doing real good right now, but you know, if you just find his little weak spot, and if that's the thing, if he's just stenciling everything in, then just do that. You know, set up one of the designs that you can do a stenciled version, and then do the real version. You know, but like, yeah, like. It's always been money, bro, like doing it nice, you know. Anybody can make a little SpongeBob shirt all shitty. I think that's what pissed me off the most, is because it was like, bro, the people that were coming to me were like going to him, and it was like they were acting like it was so sick, and it was just like, bro, you guys don't even like appreciate all the colors I put in. But now once I put those up, and then people understood. They're like, oh shit, those are not as good as like the ones you're doing. Like yeah, you gotta wait a little longer, you know. Takes me, you know, a good 20 minutes instead of, you know, a good 5 to airbrush a nice design. But still, like, worth it. This is live right now, right? Did you ever do temporary tattoos? No, not at the market. I kind of always left those for like events. At the market, it's just easier, faster money to do shirts. And you don't have to deal with people as much. Especially kids. So all I'm doing is working my way around with the black. What? You don't think people could do designs in less than 10 minutes? Bro, I had designs that I had them down to a match, like 5 minutes or less, $15. You know, I can make a good, I don't even know, dude. In an hour, I was cranking out a good, $200. Because you could do multiple of them at the same time, right? Like, you could do a lot of them. But that was back in the days of, simple designs. Hello Kitty, famous. Those kind of stuff. And people would gobble it up all day, every day. But, man, I wish I would have taken more video back then. But it was before the age of cell phones, or before they were everywhere. But let's see, what is it? Oh yeah, if you want to see somebody who still airbrushes like that at events and stuff, it seems like Rich Hearn on YouTube, RICHHERN, Rich Hearn on YouTube, and watch him paint. And yeah, he's about as fast as Silas, if not faster. Guy's pretty damn good. He's pretty good, man. And yeah, that's all he does is post videos of him painting at events and stuff. And that's the kind of airbrushing we used to do. And even in Houston, like, even now, if people wanted just a name or just a quick design, like, there's still so much stuff I could just bust out of my head, bro. Like, not needing a stencil, not needing anything. I could just be like, oh, here you go, I don't know. I do remember everybody kept saying, though, it's a dying art. It's a dying art. People would walk up and be like, oh, you're airbrushing. It looks like a dying art. It's a dying art. Oh, my God, bro. How many times did I hear that? And look at us now. Look at us now, bro. The Skull Squad's growing, bro, and we're getting big. Right, so we get all that shading in there. And if you want to, like, really, really go in and spend all the detail in there, shading, you really can. I'm not going to stop you. Come in and do a little darkness up here. Cool. Now we can take off our face here. See? Set that aside. And we'll switch back to the gray. What's up, Ash? Yeah, that guy is dope. Yeah, for sure. He's dope. He's real good. It's alive. I'm airbrushing, right? I don't know. Are you, bro? Are you there? So yeah, just switch back to the gray. And maybe you want to go over the black a little bit, mute some of those in, or maybe add a little more detail in with the gray. Maybe some stuff you missed, maybe some extended shadows. Anything like that, probably a good time. Or maybe smooth out some of that black, or extend it. So that we can get all those areas colored in. And because we did reduce it, and it is transparent, it won't cover over the black completely. It actually won't even cover over the previous grays. It's going to just give you kind of like a darker gray mix. So you can kind of throw it in all around. Okay. Then we start working in our details of our gorilla face here. And yeah, use your reference as best you can. Again, if you have a problem with detail like this, I would suggest maybe making the painting a little bit bigger, as it makes it easier to get little lines and stuff in there. But seeing as we have all our lines in there, it's really easy to just kind of follow your reference picture and use the reference picture as much as possible to kind of give you the areas where shadows and shading goes, right? How do parties work? Because nobody wants to say. What do you mean, how do parties work? You're a Skull Squad pioneer. Back in when the Skull Squad started. Back in the days, huh, Todd? Air Todd has been around for a while, though. I wish YouTube was a thing when I was at my, in my market days. And that's kind of what I want to go back, because I do want to show more of that actual type of work so that people can, I don't know, man. I have a feeling like a lot of people have a disconnect on what an airbrush artist does, and how he makes money. And obviously you make money by painting. But I feel like there's people out there who think they're supposed to charge like thousands of dollars for painting. Which, I mean, if you could get thousands of dollars, go ahead. By all means, charge whatever you want. Get your thousands of dollars. But for me in particular, I feel it's more about producing artwork for people and just being happy painting, making a nice little buck for yourself. Nobody's saying you have to paint for free, but there's no reason to be greedy, and instead of painting one painting per year or some shit, one painting every 6 months or some shit, the other option is to do shirts, or where you make like paintings like this. You set up to do shirts, and then you have your paintings set up, and while you're doing shirts, you have people show interest in your paintings and buy them that way. And that's traditionally how I've sold paintings, because trying to sell paintings at galleries and stuff like that doesn't really work. Not for me anyway. People that go into galleries are more, I don't know. I don't know what they're expecting, but I think they're expecting something different. Not me. So that's kind of my personal experience and perspective on why I want to do those videos. And why I like Rich Hearn's videos is because he does. It's like real. That's how people make money airbrushing. You have to be fast. You have to be quick. You have to know what you're doing. Never in that video does he go, "Oh shit, I made a mistake." No, he's airbrushing for hours sometimes, and he's really good. All I'm saying is I'm trying to weed out all the imposters, my guy. All the guys that show up on YouTube and want to claim to be airbrush artists, but never actually have worked in a setting. And as soon as pressure's on them, they fall apart. Yeah, the way people get jazzed after you hand them something too, that was the thing too, where we used to take pictures of all the customers. And we used to have books, people would walk up and what can you do? And we used to have books with all the clients or all the customers that bought stuff, And it was a thing, people would eventually come, "Oh yeah, my friend came and got one," and I'd be like, "I don't know your friend, but if you can find him on here," they'd be like, "Yeah, there he is right there, I would need another shirt," just like that. It was also like an almanac of designs, but also like a community thing, because people would come in and see their friends in there and stuff. And I've actually had those books stolen, I'm pretty sure that guy Randall I'm telling you about, I'm pretty sure he stole one before he disappeared into the ether. Yeah, I've had some of those books disappear over time. And now it's, I haven't done the market in a while, so. But hopefully, if everything reopens this year, we'll get back out there. I'll make some more videos for you guys about that, and you guys can see, and I'll talk more about pricing and all that. What's up, Emmanuel? Thank you. You bought the Badger Velocity, I assume? I don't know what the RV1 Badger Velocity. Yeah. What's up, Easy? What's the eyes for, Easy? I feel I almost have to sell my soul to get people to even want anything from me. Oh my god. Airton, why you always gotta be crazy, bro? So I'm not sure on the chair brand. This is a chair from Staples, and I got it because it was on sale. There was a coupon on the Staples website to get a discount on chairs, so which brought down the price on it even more. And at the time, I needed a chair because my chair was like literally falling apart. So. Cool. So we got them all in there looking. He looking kind of mean. I've taken the advice about the name. What advice? Oh, you bought the Velocity. Yeah, the Velocity's nice. I've never tried the Patriot, so I can't speak to the Patriot. But I know the HPCS is pretty good. So one thing I have to start showing you guys, and actually telling you guys to do, is like now I'm done with the black. So what I'm doing is just flushing out my airbrush before I set it back on the thing, back on the stand. I'm making sure there's no paint in there. Completely flush it out. Now what I used to do is just take a little bit of reducer and leave it in there. That works really good too. But now what I've been a fan of is using this 4008 Restorer and just dropping a little bit of this. You don't have to fill it or anything, just a little bit, just to where it covers the needle up and kind of saturates the bottom of the cup. Kind of give that a good little shake, right? And then I'll kind of give it a good little, spray out, one quick one, and then I will let that sit up there like that. So, for those of you guys that wonder how the airbrushes sit when I'm not using them, that's it right there. And I also feel like it's important for me to tell you guys to maintain your airbrushes. I have a video coming up on how to clean your airbrush. And I'm waiting for Createx to reply on some information for that, so I don't go and say something about the 4008 Restorer that's not true or something. But I know that stuff is real strong, and yeah. But it's important to talk about maintenance. I have a video coming up about how to clean your airbrush, and I think the important part here that I have to stress is that if you rinse out and flush and maintain your airbrushes while you're painting, or like after you're done painting, that video will probably not be any good for you, right? Because what I've done, I mean, I could show the airbrush since it's just sitting here. I've taken one of the master airbrushes, right? And it's dirty from the outside, but what I did is I dropped some red in there, right? Some red, and then I let it sit, and it's been sitting there for a while now, and it's like on the needle in there and all that. So I'm gonna do a how to clean your airbrush, but again, this is like the worst case scenario, and if you let your airbrush get like this, like, it's just like shame on you, my guy, for letting your airbrush get like this. So I think it's important to because I don't show it ever, or at least not regularly. It's important that you flush out and leave your airbrushes. You don't have to leave them wet like I do, but if you don't leave them wet, make sure that you guys clean it out very, very well, right? So make sure you get any extra paint out of there and everything like that. In this spray bottle is just water with Dawn dish soap, and that's what I use to flush out between colors, right? When I'm just gonna switch color real quick, that's what I use, and then I use that as a preliminary flush to get most of the paint out of there before I throw the restorer in there to let it sit. That restorer is pretty strong. I will say that up front. It's strong stuff. And yeah, so you got to be careful with that stuff. But for cleaning your airbrush and stuff, it's like, oof. Ariel soap. So yeah, now we've set the Sparmex aside. I don't plan to use it anymore for today's work, or in general today at all anymore. So we flushed it out, we've set it aside, and yeah, I think it's important. Yeah, Windex works really good too. Fantastic in water to clean. Yes, pretty much any kind of soap and water to flush out is great. If once it's, and I honestly, like I said, if you just do that and just make sure it's nice and clean before you put it away, most of the time you'll be fine. But I'm making that video for science, and because I get a lot of fucking people asking me, hey, my airbrush has paint dry in it, how do I clean it out? And it's just like, how did you let paint dry in it? That's always my first thought, right? So anyway, we're going to figure out, and we're going to see if we can revive that airbrush and get it to spray again. I obviously didn't want to do that with one of my nice airbrushes, but considering I'm not using those masters at the moment, I just took one of the masters, the G22, the original one that ran for a year, that's still running, or should still run, hopefully. For science, we dropped some red in there, we let it dry up really good, and yeah, we're gonna clean it out, and that'll be the next video that's dropping out for members here in the coming days. Like I said, I'm waiting for Createx to give me some more info on that restorer before I drop the knowledge on you guys. You know what I'm saying? Gotta drop that. Anyway, I'm loading up some white, probably more than I should have, but gonna I threw some 4011 in there, just a little tad bit, just to make it flow good. What's up, Tim Sawers? No, bro. If you want to know what I think about the riots, you're probably better off going on the stream, the last one, and checking that out. I've kind of already said it, and I'm not going to work myself up over it again. And yeah, know that I stand with the protesters. And yeah, fuck the police. I hate to take all the police in the same boat. I've said that before. There's good police, there's bad police. But I do believe there needs to be major police reform. And so at the moment, it's like, fuck the police. I feel like the police could do better. We could do better as a country. And I feel like they need to arrest those other 3 cops. So if I could get held accountable for murder, and you guys could all get held accountable for murder, and if it was 4 of us, regular guys, doing that to somebody, they would have rounded us all up. And that's how I feel they should do to them cops. And that's it. I'm going to take the white and we're going to just cut in those little details. So he has a lot of like his little follicles and stuff. And if you laid that gray in, it gives you a nice area to lay your white, right? And it's just little dots. So just quickly pull back and release on the trigger, right? That's all I'm doing. A little stippling, going all the way through. And again, if you want to take and do it photorealistically, you can, do every single follicle you see. I'm kind of just working my way around, and just wherever I see them more pronounced, I'm just going to add a little bit, And then some white hair, cut in over that other hair. Just some little white highlights just to make sure that he's, looking his best over here. Especially along that edge there. Cutting his little white mustache and little white beard he has going here. He needs a nipple ring. What's up, Heather? Yeah. So, obviously, leaving the restorer in there or leaving reducer in it's not for everybody. But if you have your airbrushes up on a stand like I do, where they're not going to be tilted backwards or anything like that, it's generally good practice, especially if you're going to use it like tomorrow, right? Because then any paint you have in there or might be stuck in there and stuff won't dry up. Come back tomorrow, give it a nice shake up, or a nice rinse out, and anything that was in there will come out, right? And yeah, it's a good little maintenance tip, right? So that you don't have to work so hard. Always keeping your airbrushes what I would call pristine, because there's literally no benefit to keeping them like that. It's hard to explain to somebody that what's going to matter most is that right here at the very tip, and make sure that that's clean. And everything else, the paint will find a way to get sucked out. But if there's anything hard in there, it's obviously going to stop the blockage. It's going to create a blockage for your airbrush. So it's always good to get, make sure you don't build a blockage, and two, with the restorer, it helps break up any blockage and get it out of there next time you flush. Somebody's calling. Hello? Yeah, how can I help you? Yep. So it's just the fender, the bags, and the tank? you're probably looking at somewhere around $800 or something like that. Yeah. No problem. Bye bye. Cool. Go. We got all that in there, nice and good. A little furry fuzz in there. Says get your cut from Createx, my boy. What? What cut, bro? I don't get nothing. All I get is if you use the links down below, I get my cut that way. So yeah, all I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna load up some brown. All right. This, obviously he looks real good already, but the brown, I believe, will set him off and just kind of make it complete. I want to color in his eyes with the brown, and I also want to give him that brown kind of head like how he has in that painting. So. You use paint thinners to flush. That's why. I'm gonna use Createx light brown on this, and I just need a little bit, so I'm just gonna a little bit reduce here, a little bit of paint, and then we shake it up real good. Not a Skull Squad member yet, but will soon. Nice, bro. You could have used that $2 to become a member of the Skull Squad. And it would have been a better use of your $2, my guy. What? You would have got the whole month's worth of benefits instead of just one quick chat. My guy, what is wrong with you? You don't have to join at the max tier right away, my guy. You could... Thank you, sir. Thank you. Every dollar counts. Or you just have a lot on hand. Oh man, I'm jealous now. First I went from questioning, now I'm like, you have a lot? Maybe I could take some of that off your hands. So I'm just gonna work in the brown. Add into this area up here. Give him some little brown. Some brown hair. Cause this guy's styling on him. This guy's not just a gorilla, he's styling, bro. He went to Sally's this morning and hooked himself up. Look at this. Yeah, no kidding, it's an odd flex. Like, why? I see you, Easy. I see you. Yeah, there you go. We got this color in his eyes now. There you go. The abundance of knowledge. Thank you, Heather. Thank you for joining this full squad. But yeah, who was it that showed me? AirTod was the one that's showing me. I don't even want to say, bro. I just won't say. He was showing me the guys at Airbrush in Houston. That's all I'm gonna say. In Houston, in Vegas, I mean. Jeez, not even. There you go. Got our nice gorilla all finished up. He said, "Nah, I knew that." All right. Just making sure that it definitely was a flex then. Like, if you knew it and you still did it, you definitely just... Here's $2, my peasant. I'll join your shit later on. Here's the $2 you asking for. Thank you, though. Thank you. IG live sometime? I don't know. I do Instagram usually when I'm going to post something, and that's it. I think Easy needs to jump on that YouTube, son, or jump on that Facebook Live. The only way to watch Instagram Live too is on the phone too, which is kind of shitty. Makes my neck hurt. Not gonna lie. Cool, so you see, look, I got it all flushed out again. I'll take a little bit of 4008, just a little bit. Drop it in there. Put the lid on. Give it one quick shake. Then we're gonna put it down. And that's it. So before I leave today, I just wanna show you guys the giveaway box and go over the giveaway again. I hope you guys like me talking about the giveaway so much. Get all this stuff out of the way. This guy. Get all this moved out of the way so that we can do this. And we'll do this. Oh yeah. This box, bro. It's kind of heavy, to be honest with you. So right now, if you're watching, if you're new around here, if you would like to win yourself a very nice airbrush giveaway package, make sure you go and click this link. If you've already joined, if you could, please go out and share it. That way we can get as many people as possible to join up and yeah, we could get as many entries as possible. That way we could get all these companies super excited and super stoked about it, so that we can get more giveaways going for next time, right? So in the package, you get 6 of these nice snapback hats. And I kind of didn't want to touch them so I don't get fingerprints on them, but they're really nice snapbacks. They got the nice, string that holds it in the front here, and they're like the trucker style with the mesh in the back. They're really nice for airbrushing on. And yeah, once you get your stencils and everything, making these look cool will be easy. So you get those. You get primary paint set that includes Kent Lynn's How to Begin Airbrushing DVD. So you'll have that, and you'll have the DVD to get you started. You can see Kent Lynn's ear right there, but the DVD is in there with that. And along with this, Createx, as you can see their logo down there, they're also going to be sending you another Createx primary paint set, from their office to you. So this one I am sending you, they're sending you another one. So make sure you go and you go show some love to Createx, show them all the love. Then continuing from there, we got the 10 white and 10 black cardstock paper, and that's like the paper I airbrushed Mr. Gorilla on, right? So you get 10 of each of those, black and white. You're going to get all 10 of the Mike's Brush stencil kits. So here we have them double-sided. So we have the Gears kit, you have the Rose Master kit, you got the Skull kit, you got the Scroll kit, you got the Scale Effects kit, you get the Webmaster kit, the Water Effects kit, the Fire kit, the Bricks kit, and the Digital Camo set, all in there. You get the Spider-Man painting, right? And I'm not sure on the actual size of this. I wish it said, but it's done on a really nice water board. As you can see, it's hard. It's like a stiff painting. And yeah, it's a really nice painting. I believe it's one of the videos you could find across the channel. That way you can have something to put up on top of your practice area to give you some, inspiration. Get that heart going. You're gonna get a genuine Iwata airbrush hose, right? And I believe this is 10 feet long or something like that. And then you're gonna get the Iwata Revolution that I am providing. And then on top of all that, Iwata is also sending you, or sending me to send to you, an airbrush carrying case and an Iwata keychain to throw into this box to send to you, on top of all of that. So, and then still, let's not forget, and then last but not least, HD stencils, as you can see them over here, their name right there. So they will also be sending you a stencil kit from hdstencils.com worth $150. That's the value of it, for you to have and to try out their super amazing stencils. So, you're gonna have like all of that. Basically all you'll need is a compressor. You get a compressor, you're gonna be airbrushing, right? And then obviously you'll get all the how to airbrush videos and all that. But there should be no excuse, like, once you get this, why you shouldn't be airbrushing. Yeah. So everybody, make sure you go and click that link. Make sure you go and you share it out, in all the groups and stuff. Tomorrow you'll see me share it out some more. So you'll probably see me post it up in the groups and stuff, as well as there'll be another video for the giveaway, an updated one saying that Iwata's in there, mentioning all the upgrades, the stencils and stuff, because the last video, that wasn't a part of it. But now we have all of this stuff. And yeah, so tomorrow I'll put that video up. You'll see me share it out, and hopefully we can get, everybody included in it and get everybody excited about it. So yeah, again, thank you guys all for watching. Thank you guys again for all the support. It means a lot, especially during these times where shit's crazy, out there. So I hope everybody's staying safe, in every way. Stay safe in every way, my guy. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Good luck again if you're going to do this tutorial at home. Good luck doing your gorilla at home. Again, if you wanted to take more time and, kind of really flesh them out, you have a chance to do so. But even just what we did today in that little time, adds up to a cool little painting. And it's hard to, there you go. The camera is like reversed, so I'm trying to figure out there you go. Oh yeah. So thank you guys all for watching. Again, if you like these videos and you want to see more, make sure you click that like button. Make sure you subscribe, as well as go down and join the Discord. It's part of the giveaway to join the Discord, but if I would really recommend you join the Discord, because that's where most of the community kind of meets up and talks. That's where we all comparing pictures and stuff. When we're not live, right? So when I'm not live, and you want a question answered or something, the Discord's one of the best places so far. It's growing, and there's lots of people in there, so it's been becoming a really helpful place for everybody. So again, thank you guys all for watching. The hyena, my guy, the hyena. And yeah, we'll see you guys next time. Again, if you really like these videos and you want to support the channel in the biggest way possible, you can consider going down below and joining the channel as a Skull Squad member. There's different tiers that give you different perks, and if you join the Skull Squad and you have your Discord linked, you get cool stuff. You get a special place in the Discord as well. Your name gets your color of your name gets changed. You get special stuff in there as well. So doing everything combined, yeah, it's I'm trying to make it as cool for everybody as possible. So that's all I got today, guys. I'm gonna go and enjoy the rest of my day. Take a break, let my hands rest from getting that Lambo door kit in. Hope everybody enjoys the rest of their night, and we'll see you guys next time. Later.